Hello, today I will discuss performance of contract. This chapter deals with the performance of contract in general, the time, mode and order of performance, and also as to who is bound to perform and who can demand performance. The term performance of contract means that both the promisor and the promisee have fulfilled their respective obligations which the contract placed upon them. The basis of contract is that both the parties have to fulfill their part of contract, that is part of performance or part of obligations, in order to give effect to it according to the stipulated terms. Stipulated terms means the terms which are agreed by the parties. The performance of a contract is the fulfillment of the contractual obligations by the parties. Performance of the contract takes place when the parties to the contract fulfill their obligations arising under the contract within the time and in the manner prescribed. For example, X visits a stationery shop to buy a book. The shopkeeper delivers the book and X pays the price. The contract is said to have been discharged by mutual performance. Section 37 of Indian Contract Act lays down that the parties to contract must either perform or offer to perform their respective promises unless such performance is dispensed with or excused under the provision of this act or any other law. Thus, it is the primary duty of each contracting party to either perform or offer to perform, that is, tender its promise. For a performance to be effective, the courts expect it to be precise and complete. That is, the same must match the contractual obligations. For example, X promises to deliver to Y on a certain day on payment of rupees 5,000. X promises to deliver goods to Y on a certain day on payment of rupees 5,000. X expires before the contracted date. X representatives are bound to deliver the goods to Y and Y is bound to pay rupees 5,000 to X representatives. Next, types of performance. So let us discuss types of performance. The performance of contract may be actual or attempted. Actual performance: when a party to contract does what he had undertaken to do under the contract, he is said to have actually performed his obligation to the contract. Then it becomes the duty of the other party to do what he had agreed to do under the contract. Thus, when both the parties perform their respective obligations, the contract comes to an end. When when the promisor to a contract has fulfilled his obligation in accordance with the terms of the contract, the promise is said to have been actually performed. Actual performance gives a discharge to the contract and the liability of the promisor ceases, that comes to an end, ceases to exist. Means the liability of the promisor comes to an end. For example, Ram Ram agrees to deliver bag of rice at Sham's godown and Sham promises to pay the price on delivery. Ram delivers the rice on the due date and Sham makes the payment. So this is actual performance. Contracts usually indicate when, where, and how the performance is to be done. It must be done strictly according to the terms and conditions of the contract. Actual performance can further be subdivided into substantial performance and partial performance. So let us discuss substantial performance. Substantial performance is a doctrine that measures performance of a contract. This doctrine, that is substantial performance, allows party to be paid under a contract and to retain the benefit of a contract even if they technically fail to comply with the precise terms of the agreement. In simple words, it implies less than perfect. Sometimes a party to contract may be paid under or retain the benefit of the contract even though they have not fully complied with the specific terms of the contract. If contracting parties does not complete performance, that party is in breach. That party is in breach. But if the party has given most of the promised performance, there may be substantial performance. Substantial performance is not full and complete performance. For example number one, a contract wherein one party must supply 100 pumps, but only 95 pumps were delivered. Another example, the property being purchased was supposed to be 50 acres, but it was found only 48 acres. So these are the examples of substantial performance. This is where the work agreed upon is almost finished. The court then orders that the money must be paid, but deducts the amount needed to correct minor existing defect. Substantial performance is applicable only if the contract is not an entire contract and is severable. Severable means separatable. The rationale behind creating the doctrine of substantial performance is to avoid the possibility of one party escaping his liability by claiming that the contract has not been completely performed. A party has substantial performed when there is no material breach. Material breach means that the failure to perform was so essential to the contract it substantially impairs its value. For example, if you have contracted to have your house painted grey and the painter instead paints it black, although the house has been fully painted, the purpose of the contract is painted grey house. Therefore, the painter is in material breach and has not substantially performed. Another type, partial performance. This is where one of the parties has performed the contract but not completely, and the other side has shown willingness to accept the part performed. The partial performance may occur where there is shortfall on delivery of goods or where a service is not fully carried out. The classic example of partial performance is where a land is sold to the buyer and buyer has paid the purchase price of a piece of real estate. He has taken the possession of the property, or buyer has made valuable improvements to the land, yet the seller has refused to transfer the title of the property. So this is the example of partial performance. Another type of performance is attempted performance. So let us discuss. Sometimes the party who is bound to perform a promise under a contract is ready and willing to perform it at a proper time and at a proper place, but is unable to do so because the other party does not accept the performance. This willingness of the party is known as attempted performance or offer to perform or known as tender. The valid tender has all the features of performance and falls short of actual performance only because of wrongful refusal by the other party. When the performance has become due, the promisor offers to perform his obligation under the contract. This offer is known as attempted performance or more commonly as tender. Thus, tender is an offer of performance which, of course, complies with the terms of contract. If goods are tender, if goods are tendered by the seller but refused by the buyer, the seller is discharged from further liability. Given that the goods are in accordance with the contract as to quality and quantity and quality, and he may sue the buyer for breach of contract if he so desires. The rationale behind that, when a person offers to perform, he is ready and willing and capable of performance. Accordingly, a tender of performance may operate as a substitute for actual performance and can effect a complete discharge. In this regard, Section 38 of Indian Contract Act says where a promisor has made an offer of performance to the promisee and the offer has not been accepted, the promisor is not responsible for non-performance, nor does he thereby lose his rights under the contract. For example, A contracts to deliver to B 100 tons of basmati rice at his warehouse on 7 December 2018. A takes the goods to B's place on the due date during business hours, but B, without assigning any good reason, refuses to take the delivery. Here, A has performed what he was required to perform under the contract. It is a case of attempted performance, and A is not responsible for non performance of B, nor does he thereby lose his rights under the contract. So, here I have completed the types of performance of contract and the types of performance of contract. In the next video, I will be discussing requisites or essentials of a valid tender. Thank you.